The only thing that stopped me from putting your lights out, dude, is the fact that you had that gun. Meaning that you used the gun for a hammer. You used the gun for a paperweight. You used the gun as a shield, dude. You used the gun. Use gun as what? You bigger than me, huh? You better show it. Christ. You have no idea. Because you don't have any experience yourself. You don't understand what 59 means. It means I've eaten punks like you for breakfast for years. Long before this. But as a legal standpoint, I have to admit, you hit every bullet point that you are not to do during a First Amendment or Second Amendment. Because I'm not a cop, dude, so much for the First Amendment. Your claims on the press, so much for the First Amendment. I'm a protected class. After you become this, all the news stories go bye-bye.
I'm Denver criminal defense attorney Michael Becker. Colorado has no statewide laws that restrict where convicted sex offenders may live unless the offender is currently under criminal justice supervision as a parolee or probationer. But many cities and counties have local laws prohibiting sex offenders from living in group homes or within 1,000 feet of certain locations such as schools, parks, daycare facilities, churches, and libraries. Sometimes these ordinances apply to all sex offenders, and others apply only to sexually violent predators. Therefore, convicted sex offenders must always check local, county, and municipal codes before moving to a particular city or town in Colorado. But no matter where in Colorado sex offenders live, they must abide by state registration requirements. Depending on the type of offender, this may include registering once a year for a certain number of years or registering every 3 months for life. Offenders must also re-register whenever they change or add an address, move their trailer or motorhome, or legally change their name. Failure to register is a Class 1 misdemeanor if the underlying sex offense was a misdemeanor. Penalties include 6 to 24 months in jail and or $500 to $5,000 in fines. But if the underlying sex offense was a felony, failure to register is a Class 6 felony carrying 12 to 18 months in prison and or $1,000 to $100,000 in fines. And any subsequent failure to register is a Class 5 felony carrying 1 to 3 years in prison and or $1,000 to $100,000 in fines. If you've been arrested in Colorado, call my legal team 24/7 for a free consultation at 303-222-0330. The attorneys of the Colorado Legal Defense Group will fight to get your charges reduced or dismissed.
The only thing that's allowed, regardless of your belief that I can't talk to children, my grandchildren included in that, I guess. Oh, I could have been mistaken. Oh, you weren't mistaken at all. I was talking to children. And it's not your fucking business. There's nothing wrong with me doing that. And it's not your fucking business. There's nothing wrong with me doing that. I was not convicted of doing anything to any children.